Question number one was compare the messages that were received from browsing the website of the False Memory Syndrome Foundation and those from the video clips. To start off, truthfully, the videos were really concerning to me. They caused a lot of fear for me. The topic of getting sued obviously was something that was brought up over and over throughout the video. It was definitely a central theme that continued to kind of resonate with me and caused quite a bit of fear, especially due to the fact that my knowledge about trauma is so limited. It scared me quite a bit. I didn't realize how complex the idea of false memory really was. And so I did find that pretty insightful, that learning the complexity of it, learning the controversy that exists between it, I found that to be pretty interesting. I felt that the video took an extremely strong stand regarding false memory without really providing a lot of information that I found valuable. And that could be because I was really focused on the concept of being sued. I did find the website to be very informative, at least allowed me to make some personal decisions. I found that they provided a lot of information, the different things that were going on, and as allowed me as a reader to decide which stuff I found valuable. So I did like that quite a bit more. The website provided, what I really liked about it was providing some information about the effectiveness or the lack of effectiveness of certain treatments. I had actually, regarding, for example, hypnosis, I had always thought that that was one that was pretty valued and pretty reliable. So I was really interested to see that a lot of the things that people are pushing as pretty valuable end up not being as valuable. I did feel both the videos were very all gloom and doom. I did feel that they had a couple good points, especially the concept of malpractice insurance. Once again, scared me quite a bit, and knowing the value of having malpractice insurance really stood out to me, so I did find that pretty valuable. Question number two was, what role do you see mental health specialists playing in deciding if a memory is real or false? Unfortunately, I think the mental health professionals end up playing a huge role, whether the memory is real or false. And I think that's a very unfortunate spot to put a mental health professional in. I feel that it needs to be decided by someone who's extremely skilled in making that type of determination, yet being very unbiased as to whether it's true or not. I think that putting a counselor or a mental health professional in that spot is really bad, especially since it's our own client. We have some biases towards our own clients, towards the progression that they're making with our treatment. So I do find that very difficult spot to put them in. Not to mention, it could be something that we did that led them to that memory. So I just feel that us professionals making that determination on our own client is a real bad spot to put them in. And especially if I, as the professional, am putting those thoughts into my client's mind unintentionally, it's going to put me in a bad spot in making that decision. So obviously somebody has to make the decision. I would hope that it would be somebody with more skill, whose job it was to really make that determination. And like I said, really unbiased. And I don't know if that person exists. It's a tough spot. Number three was, how would you work with a client that said he or she had been falsely accused of sexual abuse based on repressed memories coming to light years after the alleged abuse? That'd be a sticky spot to be put in, especially with a client. I would really work to help them understand the importance of seeking legal counsel. I think it'd be extremely important that I'm not leading my client to do things or say things that I want. Maybe the only things that I would really take a look at is making sure, letting my client to know making sure not to confess to something that really isn't true, just to make things easier on other people, and not to hide behind a memory if they do know for a fact that the allegation is true. simply to avoid some sort of consequence. But I would encourage that they seek legal counsel, and because that's going to definitely become a legal issue. And then I would counsel them through the stress. I would work on coping skills regarding stress and things that are bothering them anxiety wise. But anything regarding legal advice or anything, I would definitely refer them out. And then the last question was any other significant takeaways from the website and the film. Some are repeats, but definitely that fear of being sued definitely scared me quite a bit. I didn't realize there was so much controversy regarding false memory. I thought it was pretty straightforward, so it was real interesting to me to see the different sides that could exist. Once again, I was surprised that all the modalities that I had considered or heard to be effective that weren't. I did appreciate the website providing different things and kind of showing how things are actually end up not only being not effective, but really being counter-effective. It really showed the importance of being an extreme expert in the memory field and the trauma field. I just think that stood out really a lot to me, knowing that there is a chance of even the best of the best being sued. I think it's even more of a chance for those of us that aren't in that spot, being in that spot. Or being sued. And then the last, I guess the last two was if I do end up with a client that ends up being beyond my skill, especially in that particular category, making sure I refer them out. I think that's extremely important. And the other thing that stood out is just the emotional strain that goes along with those lawsuits. I was surprised at the length of time and the amount of stuff that individuals had to go through for really trying to provide the best care for their clients.